Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to my channel. I mentioned a couple of videos back that I like to use a canvas drop cloth as a crafty medium because, burlap is expensive and it's also very delicate and sometimes you don't get the look that you're achieving. And so sometimes I like to put the canvas drop cloth behind burlap and give it some substantial backing. I do a lot of things with it, and so it's really inexpensive. You can pick it up at all of the big box stores and on Amazon in different sizes. And so I know that everyone is in the throes of Christmas shopping and decorating, and sometimes we tend to forget that Thanksgiving is a beautiful holiday because we're so focused on Christmas. And I have always waited to put my tree up and do decorating until after Thanksgiving because I like to give Thanksgiving that moment, even though we need to have a thankful heart year round. I like to take that special day to just ponder and be with family and be thankful for all of the wonderful gifts that God has given me and the things that have happened throughout the year. So I thought I would just show you a little fall craft that is kind of typically a Thanksgiving pumpkin pie. I mean, Lord, I love pumpkin pie. I live for it and I could eat it year round, but I can't have Thanksgiving dinner without pumpkin pie. So I thought I would show you a craft that I did with the canvas drop cloth and maybe perhaps give you some ideas on how to use this medium yourself. So come craft with me. Purchased this canvas drop cloth on Amazon. It's a 6 foot by 9 foot. It came in a 2-pack. To save time, I had cut these in little sections and folded them in half. So when I took my ruler and my pen and I drew out my triangles to make my pumpkin pie slices, then when I made one cut, I was cutting out 4 pieces of pie instead of just 2. And then I just took my shears and just cut them loose at the top. I had made 2 kind of on the thin side, and then I had made 2 on the thicker side. So I kind of put them a skinny, a little chunky, a little skinny, a little chunky, kind of like that, so that I wouldn't have them all the same size. They would look a little different, and when I hung them up, I would have a little bit a different size, but not, a huge difference. I am using just acrylic paint that I had in my stash. It was kind of an orange color. I mixed it with some nutmeg looking brown. It's an acrylic paint that I got in a paint set at Ross. I think I got 42 bottles for $19.99, and so I'm not even sure what the brand is, but it's been a wonderful paint. And so I just mixed those to kind of tone down the orange, and then I just took a sponge brush and I started applying paint to the little triangles. I didn't paint all the way up to the top. As you can see, I've got just probably the size of my thumb that I left unpainted at the top, and because that's not going to show, so I didn't go all the way to the edge of that. And when you're painting the drop cloth, as when you're painting burlap or any kind of a rough surface, you're not going to get a complete coverage. So you're going to have to put a couple of coats on there if you're wanting a good solid color. I wanted a little bit of the canvas color to kind of come through. If you have watched any of my crafts, then you know that I like a rustic look, and I sometimes like a little bit of the more realistic look. And so for the canvas color to come through, then I just made one coat on either side, and then I let some of that canvas color come through. I hope I'm explaining this good. I don't know. I feel like I'm like talking in circles right now. But I just thought maybe when you looked at it, that it would look more realistic and more like a pumpkin pie. I had purchased this candy corn garland back during the Halloween season, and I had made a candy corn garland out of that. And then I had also used the little embellishments on that to make a fall tree. So I spent $3 and I got my goodie out of this. So I had some leftover pom-poms and from that garland, and so I just pulled the string through, and it kind of left a little bit of a hole. So when you pulled it through, you kind of had to like tuck a little bit of the fuzz back into the pom-pom, but it didn't hurt it a bit. And then I just took my darning needle and some twine, and I ran that through. I did this a little bit differently because I went ahead and hot glued I laid my twine down, and I hot glued my little pumpkin pie slices around the twine when I had it in place, instead of running the darning needle through the edge of the pumpkin pie slices, because I kind of wanted to have a more fixed end. And then when you get a little bit of hot glue, and it's really kind of a bulky to push your darning needle and your twine through that. So I thought that this was just the easiest way to do that. And when you kind of fold that over, you've got a little bit of a tab. So I just cut that off so that it really did look like little pumpkin pie triangles. Once I had all those little nubs trimmed off, I had this burlap ribbon that Dollar Tree sells. They sell it in 3 different styles, I believe. And so I found the 2 styles that I thought looked like a crust. And so I just kind of hot glued it. I did take my little silicone makeup applicator, and I just kind of pressed that in, and I made just a little loop. Probably you could fit my pinky finger in the loop, and I just made a little crust on the top of each one of my little pumpkin pie slices. Once I got to the end, then I just cut off the piece and made sure it was even with my little pumpkin pie slice. And I did that on all 4 pieces to make a nice fancy crust. I took the other ribbon. It has kind of a chevron pattern, or I don't know. It's really cute. I like it. Can't describe it, but I just started with my hot glue gun, and I laid a little bit of hot glue, and I kind of made a circle in the middle of my pumpkin pie slice, and then I took a little dab of hot glue, put that in the center, and then took my makeup applicator, my silicone makeup applicator, and then I just kind of pressed the edges down in the middle, so that would look like a dollop of whipped cream. I think I'm overcomplicating this. It's really a circle with a little dot of glue in the middle, and then you push the edges in to make a little bit of a rosette. Maybe that sounds a little bit easier than the hogwash that I was saying earlier. I don't know. Y'all, I'm so sorry. If you can't understand what I'm saying, I just get my words all tangled up. But then my garland is ready to hang up. I think it looks very rustic. It looks very Thanksgiving-ish. It's very fall, and I just think it's adorable. And I hung this up, and I fell in love with it. And I like to use the painter's drop cloth because it is so easy to work with. I hope that you got some inspiration from that DIY to use the drop cloth for a crafting medium, because if you like rustic or farmhouse, that I have found over the years has been a go-to piece to use in so many different projects. So I am hosting Thanksgiving dinner at my facility this weekend. I have 200 guests coming to have Thanksgiving dinner with their friends and family. It's an event that we do every year. So excited for it. It's a lot of work, but it is well worth it. We have such a great time. And I am the activities director and events coordinator for Medical Lodge's Neo Show. I love my job. And you can follow along on Facebook at hashtag Neo Show Lodge, NEOSHOLODGE, and see what I do when I'm not on YouTube crafting. Right now, the floor of my office is all tore up because I decided that I was going to create a wreath for the front porch that went along with our theme for Christmas, which is a Yankee Doodle Christmas. And so I was on Amazon looking at commercial wreaths, and they were $2.99. And there was no way I was going to spend $300 on a large commercial wreath. So I just decided to create one of my own. And I did it with a couple of hula hoops and some garland, and managed to pull one out for about $45. Still a little pricey, but for a 4-foot wreath, it was a very good price. And it's decorated. That was with decorations, not with, just a bow. And it looks so good, but my office is tore up because I am crafting for Christmas. So anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell so that you know when I've uploaded my next video. Give me a thumbs up. And welcome to all my new subscribers. I appreciate and love each and every one of you. And I love your comments. And I love to interact with every one of you. So whatever you do this week, I want to challenge you to do it with a grateful and thankful heart, because it makes your week go so much better. And thank you so much for watching Crafts, Sauce, and Chaos, because what I am grateful for right here in this moment is each and every one of you, because y'all make me smile. So have a happy week.